The following clip you're about to see is a small excerpt taken from my exclusive show on Rumble called Lies You Can Trust. It's fully uncensored because Rumble does freedom of speech. You can check it out live every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. Central Time. But for now, enjoy this clip. Next up in the news, I'm pretty excited about this. Tulsi Gabbard officially joins the Republican Party. Now, this is a woman who absolutely stands for America. She started out as a Democrat and realized the party is corrupt. The party betrayed her. That was likely her first inclination. This party is too corrupt. So she leaves the Democrat Party, declares independency because the Democrat establishment is too corrupt. She can't stand with it. She's not aligned with her principles. With that, she's too aligned with her principles. Therefore, she can't be aligned with the Democratic establishment. So she goes from Democrat to independent. And now Tulsi officially joins the Republican Party. Let's take a look.
We also have former Democrat Congresswoman and 2020 Democratic presidential candidate, a woman that everybody loves. I watched her years ago where she just had so much common sense. You know, we're the party of common sense. I like to say it because it's true. Like, we don't want men playing in women's sports. We want to have borders. We want to have fair elections, you know, little things like that.
Listen to all that dictator extremism.
Common sense, right? But she's here tonight, and I'm going to just ask her to come up and say a couple of words. Tulsi Gabbard.
By the way, what a gentleman. He lowered the mic for her. That's just, it's common courtesy. It's kind of like if you're a guy, you put the toilet seat down when you're done peeing, or you leave it down the whole time and you just have good aim.
Aloha. You know, I was a Democrat for over 20 years. Today's Democrat, thank you. Today's Democrat Party is completely unrecognizable, which points to the clear choice that we have in this election today. When you look at the party of Kamala Harris, for example, she is anti-freedom, she is pro-censorship, she is pro-open borders, and she is pro-war. Without even pretending to care about peace, as President Trump talked about, she has shamelessly embraced the endorsement and support of warmongers like Dick Cheney.
By the way, what'd that do for her in the polls? It's like she should have paid Dick Cheney off. Like, bro, don't endorse me. I'll give you money not to endorse me. And Dick's like, well, you know, pull a lot of weight. Yeah, you pull the weight in the wrong direction, bro. Why don't you go hunting with your friends and try not to shoot them in the face, Dick? We'll get back to the video in a second, but first, here's a random question for you. Have you ever wondered what happened to the legendary Chuck Norris? Well, I recently saw a video he made and I was shocked. Chuck Norris is in his 80s and still active and kicking butt like he's decades younger. What's even more shocking is he's stronger, can work out longer, and still has plenty of energy left over for his grandkids. He did this by making just one change. He says he still feels like he's in his 50s, and in fact, his wife was so impressed by this one thing, she started doing it too. She's never felt better. She says she feels 10 years younger, she's leaner, and has plenty of energy. Now, to unveil the mystery, Chuck Norris made a video that explains everything. Be sure to watch it by going to chuckdefense.com/JP or click the link in the video description below. Once again, that's chuckdefense.com/JP or click the link in the video description below. You will not believe how simple it is. And hey, just a reminder, the legendary Chuck Norris is a whopping 84 years old, yet has more energy than most 40-year-olds, maybe even including me. And he discovered he can make dramatic changes to his health by focusing on just 3 things that typically sabotage people as they age. Watch Chuck Norris's method by clicking on the link in the description below or go to chuckdefense.com/JP. Now back to our video.
And Liz Cheney and others who care more about power and feeding the military-industrial complex than they care about you, the American people, and peace. President Trump has pledged to end wars, not start them.
His track record validates that, by the way.
And this is why, in the eyes of the Kamala Harris, Dick Cheney Democrat Party, they will do everything possible to try to destroy him. You'll see how they have weaponized the federal government. They have weaponized law enforcement, the Department of Justice. They have done everything possible to try to silence him, to try to remove him from the ballot, so we, the people, don't even have the choice.
Yeah, let's not forget that. It's hard to keep track of all that's happened against President Trump, of them trying to take him down. I mean, yeah, Mar-a-Lago's raided, and 94 felony charges, 32 felony convictions. But also, let's not forget, there was a very orchestrated attempt to get President Trump off the ballot at the state level. Let's not forget that.
Who we want to vote for. Why have they done this? Because this man has the courage to take them on and root out the deep rot of corruption in the swamp in Washington.
Fact check, true.
Now, voters have made their voices heard loud and clear, not once, not twice, but 3 times in the last 3 presidential elections, nominating this man to be the Republican nominee for president because of his commitment to these fundamental American principles of freedom and peace and prosperity.
And the climactic conclusion.
And it is because of my love for our country, and specifically because of the leadership that President Trump has brought to transform the Republican Party and bring it back to the party of the people and the party of peace, that I'm proud to stand here with you today, President Trump, and announce that I'm joining the Republican Party.
Well, there you have it. I think symbolically, this is huge. The Team Trump has become so powerful. You have Elon Musk, RFK Jr., Tulsi Gabbard. Those people are connectable to a lot of people that might not feel a connection to Trump. They're like, well, I'm going to vote for Trump because I'm actually voting for Tulsi. I'm voting for RFK Jr. I'm voting for Elon. Or I'm voting for Trump because I love Trump so much. So I think this is symbolically powerful because it shows Tulsi is very aligned with President Trump. And yes, she's joining the Republican Party. And she's also got a track record of changing her mind, leaving parties that become corrupt. So I think in truth, this is signified loyalty to President Trump, and that he is what the Republican Party should be, and hopefully what it becomes more of. The Republican Party, of course, it has corruption. I think it's less about her actually being a loyal Republican. I think she's disloyal in the best way. If a party becomes corrupt, if the Republican Party becomes the predominantly corrupt one in a few years, I would expect Tulsi Gabbard to leave it, as would I. I feel no loyalty to the party itself. However, at this time before the election, I think this is significant because it's Tulsi pushing even more of her chips on the table in the direction of President Trump. She's already pushed a lot in, but I think this does have meaningful influence because Tulsi Gabbard, she has a track record of being a truth crusader, which I really, really appreciate. So there could be some people in this election kind of on the fence, but wow, okay. I heard what Tulsi Gabbard just did, and you know what? If she can do it, I can do it too. With that said, the only party I am truly loyal to is the party of truth. Right now, the Republican Party happens to have a head. That would be Donald J. Trump. That seems very aligned with truth. So I am loyal to the political party of truth. And anytime the Republican Party doesn't best represent that, I will gladly be a disloyal Republican. And I hope you are too. Whatever letter you put after your name, I hope that is inconsequential to you. I hope you realize the devil masquerades as an angel in disguise. It can be anywhere. And in fact, it is in probably all 3 parties. But what amount of truth is held, what party holds the biggest portion of truth, that's the party that will appear to have my loyalty, but in fact, my loyalty isn't to them, it's to truth. So with that said, that's my thoughts on Tulsi Gabbard officially becoming a Republican.